It's been almost 2 weeks since Rockstar acknowledged that their first patch set to fix Naturalist update issues basically ruined the game, and they pledged to bring players a new bug fix update soon, and would let us know when they had more info to share. Well, they didn't necessarily give us a heads up like they implied, but Rockstar did release a new Red Dead Online update today, and this update brought new fixes into the game, and we are here to discuss them in this video today. So if you enjoy this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your notifications turned on. Like I was saying, it's been about 2 weeks since we had our first Naturalist update patch, you know, the one that literally broke every aspect of the game on all platforms, and thankfully that patch was reverted just 2 days later, but that basically brought us back to square one. So since July 28th, you could technically say there hasn't been any fixes for the game, and I mean ones that have actually worked, yet at all. Today is our first step forward from the issues for the Naturalist update, so I think players may be quite happy to hear about these fixes. The patch is 240 megabytes on the Epic Games launcher, 1.2 gigabytes on the Rockstar Games launcher, 200 megabytes on Steam, 1.2 gigabytes on PS4, and on Xbox the patch is just over 3 gigabytes apparently. Jumping into the first patch note, general stability and security fixes. I really wish Rockstar would elaborate on these. We can't necessarily know what's been changed, fixed, or adjusted when patch notes are vague like this. Most likely it's changes that the average player may not necessarily understand, and so they'll only get more confused when reading it, but I feel like they should just do a better job of explaining it to us. Anyways, the next fixes were for a number of connection issues. I know PS4 players in specific have been plagued by this problem since day one of the patch, really day one of Red Dead Online as a whole, but that first Naturalist patch didn't allow players to really connect to the game at all, and according to Twitter today, things seem to be a lot better thankfully. Rockstar also fixed an issue that resulted in players from being able to buy the horned bow variant with gold despite already owning it. Now this glitch was one that definitely needed to be fixed because some players may have spent gold without really paying attention to the fact that they already owned the horned bow variant and just forgot, so they didn't need to purchase it again. And to all the affected players from this glitch, I hope you're able to get reimbursed in some way. I highly recommend you hit up Rockstar Game Support to see if you can get your gold back if you wasted it because of this glitch. Now Rockstar also fixed an issue that resulted in players being unable to enter single player or multiplayer gameplay after a crash on PC. I play on PC mostly, and I personally have never experienced this issue, but people who have come into my chat while I'm live streaming on Twitch have asked questions about this glitch as well. So it's good to see Rockstar tackling these sorts of bugs that are either continuously charging players for gold, meanwhile they already own that type of content that they're trying to buy, or in this example, literally preventing players from accessing parts of the game that they paid for. Rockstar also fixed an issue that resulted in abrupt changes to the time of day on PC. Now I understood these to be lobby merges at first. You know, you can finish a mission and then you get put in a solo lobby, perhaps like after a jailbreak, but the game tries to stick you with another populated lobby, and that's why you'll see the time change, because you're joining a new lobby. It's interesting because in GTA the time on servers are synced, so it's the same time for everyone, but that was never really the case for Red Dead on PC, but it seems as though Rockstar fixed this, and this was not something that they intended to happen in the game after all. So those were all the fixes and changes in today's new update. Remember, we have our weekly content update tomorrow to look forward to as well, so it's good the game is in a slightly better state for that, but I'm sure tons of players may be asking, well, what about all the other big bugs like the butcher's table not able to be purchased, which actually, it may be fixed right now. I have some anecdotal data on Twitter from players saying it's fixed, but it wasn't in the patch notes, so I'm not positive and I don't want to say it is for sure. I own the role personally, so I wouldn't know, honestly, but maybe someone can let me know in the comments. Other issues like camps not spawning, legendary animals, etc. Unfortunately, in the support article, which I will link down in the description below, you can read it and save it and do whatever you want with it. It doesn't really mention anything besides these fixes, but hopefully we get more info on all of those other in-game issues soon, because there are still plenty of huge bugs in the game that Rockstar needs to address in the upcoming few weeks here. It's already been almost a month since the Naturalist update released. Bug fixing for DLC updates does not need to take this long, plain and simple. Now, with all of that being said, players on PC are experiencing issues again actually. According to Red Dead RDC, he says the following: Players are experiencing issues logging in via the Rockstar Games launcher. As a result, those trying to update may see an error message when downloading. Players also see a pre-purchased option instead of launch game when trying to open the game. This has happened to us before. Once again, it's happening on PC. Rockstar needs to get on this. All these issues. It's just kind of silly that players who have purchased Red Dead Redemption 2 through the Rockstar Games launcher are unable to launch the game because of the patch Rockstar just put out right now. Now, with these issues that we discussed that were fixed today, let's briefly look ahead at issues Rockstar still needs to address in Red Dead Online. Some of the major ones are for the Moonshiner role. Infinite loading screens are back in the menu, and players and NPCs in the Moonshine Shack disappear randomly. For the Naturalist, the animal attraction perk doesn't appear after unlocking. There's black screens when accepting missions from Harriet. Harriet only offers the same legendary missions and new ones aren't unlocked rotated. That's not necessarily an issue, but that's just how Rockstar planned the game. Sometimes Harriet still doesn't appear in her tent, so you can't do anything. Harriet and her tent despawn in the locations that they're supposed to be at. Harriet's menu also sometimes can't be accessed, even though she isn't upset with you and she hasn't sprayed you yet. And there's also infinite loading screens and infinite black screens when trying to start her legendary animal sighting missions and also her animal poaching missions. Legendary animals also won't spawn for people over level 15. This really has just been an issue for a while, just legendary animals as a whole. If you're in a solo lobby, you'll find some. Otherwise, with a full populated lobby, just like the issue with animals before, for like the whole entire time of this game, you probably won't find any really at all. Now also we have some issues. Photos taken aren't counting towards the compendium in the animal field guide. Make sure you're getting up close, but even then, when your advanced camera shows little green crosshairs, you still may not have that photo count. You're unable to study animals sometimes, and sometimes you're actually unable to purchase the role during the initial cutscene and players get locked out of the Naturalist role as a whole. Now for Trader, of course, resupply missions and purchases aren't registering properly, and also players are unable to purchase that butcher's table from crypts like we discussed. Some say it's fixed, some say it isn't. You guys can let me know in the comments section down below. Now, some PC specific issues. If you Alt-Tab out of the game when you play in full screen, you're just going to crash the game and crash the desktop. I don't know how that's an issue. PC people know that every game should allow you to Alt-Tab and then go back to the game when you want, just in case you need to check something on a different desktop. And then also, textures show low quality even when at ultra settings. So these are issues that Rockstar needs to address. There's a ton of other issues with like Twitch Prime, miscellaneous issues, other graphics and performance issues, horses and vehicles, like wagons not able to be summoned, wagons not able to be purchased, horses frozen in place near Harriet's vendor, and also horses will appear on the map but won't approach you when whistled, and that's if you're really far away. Sometimes you can't fast travel with your horse. There's just so many issues that Rockstar needs to address. Those are just some I wanted to talk about right now, but that is everything that Rockstar fixed in today's new Red Dead Online update. Remember folks, again, tomorrow is Tuesday, which means a new content update with more free roam legendary animals, clothing, and bonuses with new ways to make money, discounts on things to spend money on, the whole 9 yards. That's where we're going to wrap up the video here today. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video, and hopefully if you did, I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to the channel, consider hitting that subscribe button to stay up to date with all things Red Dead Online, Red Dead Redemption 2, and even Rockstar games as a whole. We'll be sure to keep you guys up to date with updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you guys also want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube. I practically live on all 3 of those websites, and you can feel free to strike up a conversation and even ask me a question. Whatever it may be though, you can follow me at HazardousHDTV, and all of my social media links, including my Discord, can be found in the description down below. With that said, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.